Guys, what's up? It's Minman here, double to that H, double to that H. So before we actually got on here, I saw something about Loptigi possibly getting sacked tomorrow. We will address that because that is hilarious. So we'll definitely address that. So on the topic to today, we'll have to talk about Real Madrid and Barcelona, how they're struggling, Mourinho's comeback, whether Salah is a one-season wonder, and people's apologies to me. And roundup of the Champions League. Just give a roundup and review of week 2 of the Champions League. So let us now start with this. And I suppose, it's probably after we start based on the news that we're hearing. So Real Madrid lost to Alaves. I don't know who Alaves are. I don't know what Alaves is.
They're a good team, man. Good team.
Guys, relax. Real Madrid have not scored a goal in 4 games. That's the first thing that has happened in the 21st century. So things aren't looking rosy for them right now. Barcelona are yet to win in 4 games. I can't remember the last time that happened. So in 4 league games, they've not picked up 3 points. So it's pretty much effed up. But as I said again, which is what I said in my review, in my Barcelona review, great for La Liga. It's great. Sevilla are top. Atletico Barcelona both on level points. My God, when last did that happen? After what, 6, 7, 8 games? So Real Madrid are not winning La Liga in this stage. So let's start with Real first, and we'll get to Barcelona and about their struggles. So for Real Madrid, I said before things started, I said that these guys have to get a guy to replace Cristiano. Not necessarily Cristiano and his goals, but they've got to get a big-time player. Mbappe, Neymar, Hazard, Aguero. You've got to get a big-time player.
What about Asensio?
So do you guys really believe that Real Madrid thought that they would survive without getting a replacement for Cristiano?
I mean, they supposedly have the best player in the world in Luka Modric. I mean, where's he been? He's been asked so far. He's been finished since 2017, that fraud. And of course, they miss Ronaldo. I mean, he's been carrying this club for the past 10 years.
No. See, FG, please, can you please take your Cristiano goggles off, and can you change that avatar? I don't want to look at a half-naked man while I'm on this bloody hangout.
Oh no, it's true double H. Let's look at Madrid. They sold a guy that scores 50 plus goals a season, and then they didn't replace him. I mean, Madrid were acting as if Ronaldo. Let's be honest. They were acting as if Ronaldo is just a normal player that can be replaced. I mean, but they
didn't replace him. No. You see, that's your mistake. They didn't replace him. Now,
wait. Hold on. Who are they going to replace him with? I mean,
who else scores 50 goals?
Nobody else.
Nobody. Okay. There is nobody you can get that will be able to score those amounts of goals. But if you now get, let's see. For argument's sake, you bring in an Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard can help.
He's worse than Bale. He's worse than Bale. He doesn't score as much as Bale, so that doesn't make sense. Buying wouldn't make a difference.
Look, Eden Hazard can come in and help others score the goals, because obviously his score obviously isn't it. So that's what I'm saying. Basically, look, the fact of the matter is that Cristiano went. That's a fact. He went. And you have to move on from him. If a dude doesn't want to stay within your club and he's not really for within you, you can't just be like, oh, please stay. No. If you want to go, fine. Now it's about working. But I said, mate, Real Madrid, I'm sorry. Yeah, I believe Bale is amazing and great. But you cannot go into a new season without getting another player. Like once Cristiano goes, there has to be someone to come in. It doesn't have to be somebody that scores 50, 60 goals, but it has to be a big-time player.
Big name. Who can they get? They already lost. They can't get Neymar. They can't get Mbappe. Hazard's the only choice, and they don't even rate Hazard. So there's no one left they can get who's a big time player.
Selling, so
no.
Like,
if
Real Madrid, who else is good?
No. Trust me, Real Madrid did not try hard enough for Hazard. If they tried hard enough, they would have gotten Hazard.
The thing is
that he wanted to leave in the summer. So if Real Madrid came out with 250 million.
Wait, guys, one at a time. I'll go to forward, then A1 forward.
Yeah, Hazard came out even before the Liverpool game and said, I wanted to leave after the World Cup. And if Real Madrid came in with a 250 million offer, and everything was on the table, I don't see any reason why Chelsea would have been able to resist the offer and he would have won.
250 million
Yeah,
for
he's
having.
one.
Wait, guys,
Let's not forget.
Let me direct the discussion. Let me direct the discussion. I'm gonna start meeting guys. Okay, A1, let's come to you.
Yeah, that's true, man. Because I feel, especially after the World Cup he definitely, arguably was like the player of the tournament, and him going to Real Madrid would have been a big boost for him, and maybe he would have taken his game to a different level. But Real Madrid didn't go in for him, so he can't exactly. And he's not. And Hazard doesn't have the personality to force a move like what Courtois done. So yeah.
That's partially true as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be Hazard. It could be anyone that could have improved the lineup. Because as you say, you can't just keep the same team. You're not going to improve if you keep the same players.
Okay. Let's go deeper. Let's say Cristiano stays, Zidane still goes, and Lopetegui still comes in. Are Real in the same situation that they're in?
Look, I'll tell you what happened.
No,
They would be first. You know why?
Yes. Wait, what?
Wait.
First.
One at a time. Okay, FG, what are you saying?
Okay, I'll say this because I remember in the last thing you said Ronaldo wouldn't fit in the Lopetegui system, but it's actually false because if you look at his last decade, he's only had one time he only played in a possession game, which was in Carlos' second season, 14-15, and he thrived there. He scored 60+ goals, so it would pretty much become that same outcome. He would keep scoring goals, Madrid keep winning, and they would be first on the table.
Okay.
And
No.
and to add Double H.
Okay. Judgment speak here. What?
If you look at Juventus, majority of the goals they've scored so far, I mean, Ronaldo has been so crucial. It's unbelievable. I think he found the perfect match. The league fits him so good that he's been so crucial. So he would have at least made an impact. There's no way.
Wait, Judgment, can you please tell the members of the court how many times Juve have won the league consecutively?
But they look way better. It's like
That wasn't.
I lost count.
That wasn't
I lost count.
10 games in a row, man. 10 games in a row.
Wait, HH, can I just make a point that Real Madrid were having an even worse start last season with Ronaldo, so there still was the same problem.
No, but that was the dance.
Wait, guys. Let's be real. Let us be real. Real Madrid, I think, are only 1 or 2 points behind Barcelona.
Yeah.
So despite this whole thing, they're only 1 or 2 points behind Barcelona, and they've won one game in the Champions League and lost one. Man City have won one game in the Champions League and have lost one, and City are considered one of the favorites. So when you just take everything into account, Real Madrid are still neck and neck with Barcelona within the league table, and they're in the same situation in the Champions League as Man City are, who are considered the favorites.
No, they're not.
What?
City are not a favorite. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
FG, they are statistically.
According to the bookies, they are the favorites.
Wait, so you go based on the bookies now? Okay.
That's what they say.
So
That's
you know
what
last season-
FG. Bookies say they are favorites, and I say they're one of the favorites.
Okay, the last 3 seasons, the bookies didn't have Madrid as a favorite for Champions League.
Let me say again. The bookies say City are the favorites. I have hope say Man City are one of the favorites. So there we go.
Okay,
now, let's move on to Barcelona. Now, is Coutinho a brick?
Coutinho?
No.
No.
Is he a brick?
No.
Now, that may be a bit of a harsh statement to make, but I wanted just to make sure that you guys were awake this late at night. So that's why I threw that out there. But I've been looking at Barcelona right now, and it's a tricky situation that they're in, because I believe that Coutinho was brought in to somewhat replace Iniesta, but he ain't Iniesta. And as good as Messi is, one critique that they've had against Messi is that he was really reliant upon Messi and upon Xavi and Iniesta. And even if Messi is still doing amazing things, as we will get to when we talk about the Champions League later on in the program, is Iniesta is missed.
100%.
Iniesta is missed. So why do you think? So do you think Barcelona are struggling because of Iniesta, because of Valverde, because Coutinho doesn't fit in the system? Why do you think that Barcelona have not won in 4?
They just need to get rid of that coach, man. The dude's a brick, man. He's a mid-table coach at best. They just need to find a guy if they wouldn't gotten Lopetegui, they would have been good. They just need a possession-based manager. That's all they need.
I mean, So you don't think them losing Iniesta is that big of a deal?
No, it's big. It's big in the big games, but I mean, this could be resolved with the proper manager.
Yeah.
I mean, they only lost once, so it's not that bad. I mean, people just jumping to. If they had won today, would you say this?
No. But man, of course, like for any other club, it's fine. But when we're talking about Barcelona, who normally this is like their worst start for years. For years, their worst start. So
they're still second off 1 point in the league, essentially. So,
but it's not just the results; it's the performances. Everybody can see that the performances are levels below what we've seen in recent years when they've had Iniesta.
That's true.
I wouldn't say levels below because I watched the game against Valencia and they dominated most of the game. But the cannonball is a brick.
They missed that special something. This is what it looks like. They missed that something which Iniesta can provide, and certainly Suarez in his prime would provide as well. Because
I know. Trust me. Put it this way: if Barcelona had like Aguero, and they still had Iniesta,
lights out.
They're good. For me, I think obviously Messi and Cannibal are best mates, but the Cannibal, I think he's on the decline. I think he's also on the decline. And I'm still sticking with Barcelona to win the Champions League. But as I'm looking at them, unless they get someone in January and they get someone to replace Piqué, the brick, I'm not sure how well that will do. So let's talk about Uncle Moon.
Wait, let's talk about man. Why are we talking about something that's irrelevant?
Now, FG, I'll kick you out of this as a Hangout if you're rude. Let's talk about Uncle Moon. So they tried to get Mourinho out of here. That's what they did. And everybody would have loved for Mourinho to get embarrassed.
Wait, who's they?
You guys in this room and
no, he wants himself to.
And can I finish? Can I finish? Thank you. So they wanted to, and I reminded that he won the treble in 2010. Thank you.
Yeah, 8 years ago.
Wait, let me finish, man. Damn, just relax. I'll talk you guys before. So a guy who won the treble in 2010, they're trying to get him out of there, and somehow in the most miraculous way was this amazing comeback. Now let's be real, Mourinho should be sacked. Mourinho should be sacked. He's not the right fit for Man United. So where do you think the United situation stands now? What do you think should happen? Who should they bring in? Where do the problems lie? Let me start with your boy Mane.
I mean, you have to continue with Mourinho because he's the guy.
What?
First of all, he's the winner. Listen, he's a winner. He has as he said, more Premier League titles than any other manager. Plus, you've already invested all this time in Mourinho. If you had hired him from the start, you have to believe in him. And even at the worst, they still very close top four. Usually, they missed out 1 year. But you just got to give Mourinho time. I think they've changed managers too much. Now it's time to look at Ed Woodward. Do we really need that guy? Maybe he is the problem, not the managers. So get rid of Ed Woodward. Bring somebody. Mourinho should really be in charge of everything. Not Woodward bringing in players and all
That's
that.
Interesting.
So I think.
So maybe given the past that Wenger has. All right, okay, you've talked. Yeah. A1, give us your thoughts.
He should go at the end of the season. That's because even right now it will mess Man United seasons up. But after the end of the season, he should go because he's not the right fit for the club. He doesn't fit their culture of the whole. Mourinho, his signings. He wants older, experienced players.
But anyway, let me respond to that. What if there's a scenario in which they finish like 8th or 9th, and Pogba is like, you know what, screw this, and Barcelona come in for Pogba, and Pogba says, no, I want to leave now, and he then leaves based on what is a horrible season. Then what happens? Because if you bring in a new manager, the new manager comes in, they change their style, they're much more attractive, and they do somehow, by some miracle, come top 4 and win a trophy. Pogba is, you know what, I want to stay. This is pretty cool.
So you think the whole decision is based on...
A1, what's your response to that, A1?
It's not obviously not decision based just on Pogba, but if he's having the manager, if having the manager players, pick the players because the players are going to be there, and the manager is like Mourinho's got 3 more years left on his contract. He won't be there for long, whereas the players they will be there, and the style of play, the style of play that Man United want. Man United have got the players, but they haven't got the right manager because the manager he's just putting in, he's making problems for himself. Like you're starting guys like McTominay when you bought Fred and you spent like 50 million on Fred. Why are you doing that? You're creating problems for
Fred was
yourself.
ass, though.
Okay, cool. Let's okay. So
I'm not
FG,
McTominay better, please.
okay,
man.
FG, quickly your thoughts on Mourinho and United. What should happen?
I mean, I don't have anything on this. I mean, once a finished manager, once a finished club, they're
Oh.
both
Okay,
they're together. They're good
okay,
together.
Can I go in next?
Forward.
Yeah. First of all, Lukaku at right wing, it did work, but also just to get to the point.
No. Lukaku's trash. Lukaku's trash.
I'm saying he looked at the right wing, but look, getting to the problem. Obviously, we all know the board is the real problem here. They need to obviously fix that situation, but you can only deal with what you can only deal with right now. And at the end of the day, that because ultimately you're not getting the best out of your best players, which are Pogba and Martial. Those players look like they could even leave, and ultimately, who's bigger assets to the club right now? Obviously, it's Pogba and Martial. They have a longer future, and they know, and we all know that they can do better, and will play better football under a more fluent manager. He wants to actually get the best out of them in an attacking sense. So, Mourinho does need to go soon before it gets any worse. Before you can't get into the top four, or they get knocked out of the Champions League.
Pogba and Martial. That's United's going to fire Mourinho for Pogba.
Kadim, what should happen with United and Mourinho?
Yeah, I mean, I predicted Mourinho to leave on his own terms.
Are you crazy? And lose out on 13 mil? No way. If
Yeah, I
he gets
mean-
sacked, he gets paid 13 mil. He's not leaving that money on the table.
15 now.
15. Oh, shit. Okay, continue.
I mean, like for me, it felt like Mourinho wanted to do something different at United, like having like a long-term job or like position. Because like always he seems to leave the club after like 3 years or 2 years.
Yes, that was the plan.
And yeah, I feel like Mourinho actually would prefer to stay longer. And but if it's not possible to direct the management, like the board or something, into towards those same ambitions Mourinho has, then it's not a good fit. But like, I mean, where shall he go? Like, what
PSG.
can he?
That's my thing. PSG.
No.
And I will expect it. Easy. I will get to you. Relax. Okay, relax. Juju man, United and Mourinho. What should happen?
Mourinho should. I mean, he should stay. There's nothing bad. What's the worst that can happen? United get relegated. It's not going to happen. So he should stay, and he needs to stop complaining. No player is similar to Conte, where we know they're not getting the players they want, but I mean, you just have to deal with the players you have, or work with the players you have. Because it's like it's unfortunate that it seems like they're not getting the players they want, but he has to just work with the players you have. I mean, it's difficult. So he should stay. I say he should stay. No.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in Tosin. Tosin, what do you say about Mourinho and the United States situation?
Man, United, man, that was past times, But look, man, the art of life it lies in having a constant readjustment to your surroundings. And Mourinho in the European landscape, like, let's just keep it a buck, man. Like he hasn't gone with the times, and because of that, like as Forward said, man, like his best players are struggling, and like it's gonna look hard for him out here, really, because his dream job, we all know this, his dream job was the Manchester United job.
It was Barcelona.
No, it's Manchester United. It was Manchester United. He wanted to follow in Fergie's footsteps.
Yeah. True.
So if he loses his dream job, what's the point in how is he gonna view his life from now on? This man lives in a fucking hotel, y'all. Like, think about that. This man living in a hotel, like, bro, he's lonely out here. Like,
no. Trust me,
how do you know this?
Will rise again. If he gets sacked, he's still elite. Mourinho is still elite, guys. Come on, let's go. He's still elite. We're moving on. Okay.
Wait. And you know what? One comment.
Thank you.
One comment. You know what makes it look bad is Lukaku and Pogba had a good World Cup. That's what.
No. Can I say one thing?
They had a good World Cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Lukaku is shit, man. Like,
let me say one thing.
But they had a good World Cup, though. They had a good World Cup.
Wait, Mane, what do you want to say, Mane?
I just want to say you have to stop blaming Mourinho for Lukaku or Pogba not performing or other players.
Oh
It's not
my
Mourinho's now on the field holding their hand or
No,
something.
it's
They
true.
have to
No, trust me,
perform.
you
But
can't
he's
blame
playing
Mourinho.
Pogba at centre back.
Playing
Are you gonna
Pogba
You
centre
can't
back.
blame Mourinho
No,
on Lukaku
Pogba
missing an
played
open goal. I'm
regista,
sorry.
so-
But Deschamps and Martinez made Pogba and Lukaku.
Jujuman, did you
look
see
good.
what Lukaku did? Okay, two things, and then we're going to move on. First of all, did you see Lukaku's performance in the third place playoff against England? Second point.
Oh,
No. Second point. How good was Pogba at the World Cup really? Now,
He
we're
was-
going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move
You're
on.
listening to
We're going to move on. We're going to move
That
on.
was slick.
We're talking about Salah
That
now.
was
We're
slick.
talking
Nah,
about
come
Salah. Guys, I said this at the start of the season, and I was insulted, perhaps by mostly Egyptians. I said that Mohamed Salah is a one-season wonder, and my hashtag, which I want you guys to get on bandwidth, is hashtag 15 goals max. That is hashtag the figure 1, the figure 5, MAX. That is a hashtag.
And people
use
were
that if
talking
you want to. Can I finish, man? Please let the guy finish. Jeez. Please use the hashtag. Thank you. Now, let's talk about Mohamed Salah. Now, look, he's a good player. He's a quality player. But when I saw what he did last season, it was so extraordinary. I was like, I don't think, two things. I don't think the guy will be able to live up to that standard. And I think that he would try too hard. And also as well, I feel that the Middle East, Egypt and everything are putting far too much weight on his shoulders, and you can see he's trying too hard. And as you can see from these things, he's lost the touch that he once had. He just doesn't have that knack, that movement that he once had when he was really popping off. So let's start with Tosin here. Is Salah a one-season wonder, or will he explode soon and score 30, 40 goals this season?
Look, Salah's a good player. Okay, he's a good player, but last season that was the most anomalous shit I've ever seen. Like, and I know he's
don't swear. Kids listen to this. Carry on.
Oh, apologies, y'all. But yeah, Salah's a good player. He's gonna still get his 15 to 20 goals in all competitions, but just overall, yeah, in all I just don't see him scoring more than 15 league goals, really. Yeah,
Wait,
I think.
Wait. Easy, guys. One at a time. So Tosi, so would you say that he is a one-season wonder, or he will replicate similar to what he did last season?
You can't necessarily call him a one-season wonder. He's had great seasons at Roma and coming into the Premier League and Liverpool, and his loan spell at Fiorentina. He scored a cracking solo goal against Juventus a couple of seasons ago in the Coppa Italia. Like, he's a freaking, like, he's so explosive, you know? And he's a great player, but he's never world class or Ballon d'Or level.
What?
Okay, all right.
Let me say it.
No, wait. One more thing. Like, look at all the great seasons in the Premier League. You have the Drogba year where he scored 30+ Premier League goals. He won the double. You have the Cristiano year where he won the double and he won the league and the Champions League. Like, Salah's season, it's not really that memorable. Like, he just became it's memorable in the sense of what he achieved individually, but in the terms of the team fabric, like, they came fourth. Yeah. They lost in the Champions League final.
That's fair.
They didn't win anything. 0 trophies. Like,
Thanks to Karius.
Okay. Jujuman, Salah, what are your thoughts on this, Jujuman?
I mean, with Salah, let's be honest. I've not been impressed with Salah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, last year was an anomaly. I won't go into detail because Abdul will get upset. But I mean, he has his heavy touches, but we'll just leave it there. I'll just add this comment. It makes you appreciate how Messi and Ronaldo, they've been doing this for a decade, where people score 50 goals a season, and it's like it's very hard to replicate those numbers. It's like it's really difficult, and it's like, look at, I mean, Salah. I mean, we don't know how.
Jujuman, sorry to mistake you. You're right.
Neymar
just
coming there though.
Easy, but Jujuman, just don't put them in a World Cup or knockout game though. Carry on.
And it's like,
have some shame, man.
It's like, because it's like, if I'm not sure how a season will end, but I mean, so far, I mean, so you can see Salah is trying, but it's like it's not going his way.
How many goals does he get this season? How many goals does he get this season?
How many goals?
Yeah.
I mean, because the only thing I give him benefit of the doubt is the system. It's the system that.
How many flipping goals is he gonna get?
I'll say, oh crap. Okay, maybe. Is he even going to score this season? No, let's say 20.
Answer the bloody question, man.
Let's say 20.
20. All right, thank you.
0.
Kadeem.
Sorry, I didn't follow. I was.
So no, Kadeem, please don't sleep because you always snore, and then I always have to kick you out whenever I hear you
It's snoring
snoring.
so loud, man.
So, all right. So, Salah, what do you think the issue is with Salah? Do you think he's a one-season wonder? Why do you think that he has struggled so far to replicate his last season?
I think overall dynamics of Liverpool team changed, and it's not Salah alone; it's the whole team. They playing much more careful
Yeah.
than in the last season, and much more less adventurous, or like not so much attacking impetus. And I think this is why Salah and also Mane, in my opinion, they don't click as much this season. And also you need to consider that Ox and some others from midfield are missing. So I would say like it's not Salah, which like obviously there's also something to him personally. It's not. It's like a bit of luck, you know, it's missing. But I think overall the whole team dynamics are changing, and they're playing much more careful, and they are much more. You always feel that they're not risking so much, but they're still delivering the goods. I think also today, like a draw is okay against City. So
okay, forward.
Yeah, for me, I think you should be worried when a striker isn't, or a forward in this case, isn't getting many chances, and they're not actually involved in the game. He's still getting chances. He's just not taking those same chances he was taking, obviously, last season. I think this is a combination of his finishing never being elite. It was just he hit a really good patch of form, and he always had a lot of chances, and he took a lot of chances, but still missing a lot. So for me, I think once he gets his confidence back and he actually gets into the groove of scoring, because I mean, you can see last season he was playing with a smile on his face. You don't see that same smile on his face. It's like he used to miss a chance and he'd be like, okay.
You can't smile if you don't score goals, bro. But carry on.
Exactly, but now, but last season he would miss a chance and he'd be like, oh, you know what, I'll get the next one. Now the season he misses it. You can see the anxiety on his face. You can see the stress that he feels the burden of pressure to score goals and win the games for the team. So for me, I would even suggest changing formation and actually moving him up front, moving Mane back to his preferred position on the right, moving Firmino into like a withdrawn left position, and having Shaqiri play as a number 10, because they're missing like an Oxlade-Chamberlain and even Keita really playing at his full force, because he hasn't had that many good games other than the West Ham game when he played against Wilshere and Noble. Like, come on. So I feel like that dynamic force from the midfield to sort of create more avenues for place for the likes of Firmino and Mane to supply Salah. So
okay. How many goals?
That's supposed to be Naby, man, right?
Wait.
He hasn't really been
How many
doing
goals does he score this season?
I've always said, and I always will say, he will get more than 20 goals in the league.
Okay, all right, thank you. And also, Ford as well, you are the fastest talker I've ever had in my life. FG.
First of all, he's a one-season wonder. Second of all, first, I always said he was a road runner at the beginning of last season, and he's proving my point. And second, the dude is scared of Ramos. He's still thinking of Ramos, what happened with Ramos. That's why he's doing this. And third, how many goals he's going to score? He's going to score 12 goals max.
Well, he's...
You know, Ronaldo's still not going to win Ballon d'Or, right?
This guy's a troll.
Wait. Okay. A1, can you talk? Thank you.
The reason why is two things. Obviously, it's him. Like, he's getting chances, he's fluffing them, and sometimes he's trying too hard. And I think obviously other teams they know Salah's a threat, so they're doubling up on him. So it's kind of hard for him, and he doesn't really have the ability to glide past 1, 2, 3 players like what Messi can do, whatnot. And as well as the team as well, like relax, man. And as well as the team as well, like Liverpool, especially last season, they were blowing teams away like non-stop. But
Hmm.
that's what Kadeem said. They're playing more safer because obviously they're trying to go for the title, so they can't take too much risks and whatnot. So it's a combination of two things. But
How
goal wise,
many goals does he score?
oh yeah, goal wise, in the league, 14 goals, man.
Wow.
Yeah, 14 goals in the
All
league.
right,
You get 20 goals over 14 goals.
defend your boy Salah. Defend him.
Okay. First of all,
Twice,
he has three league goals. So Tosin, that means he'd only have to score 12 other goals elsewhere the whole year, 15 overall. It's a joke. Three
No,
league
no, no.
goals.
Manny, don't you dare insult my hashtag. Don't you dare insult my hashtag. Carry on.
Okay, the top scorer in the Premier League is a penalty merchant with 4 penalties. So essentially, he's doing as good as the penalty merchant.
Manny,
But
can
his goals are
you
actual
just
goals.
focus on the question and not insult other players? Thank you. Carry on.
Okay. And then the other thing too is that I don't get the whole is luck or lost confidence or trying too hard. He's a winner. He's trying to score goals, but it's
Winner? What's
the
he
strikers that happens is patches. One patch, he'll be back to where he is, and in 3 months he'll be all pretend. Oh man, I always knew Salah would do it, man.
Okay. How many league goals this season? How many league
He's
goals?
a winner, you know. Are you mad?
20 goals at least in the league alone. Champions League, at least 5.
I didn't say at least. How many goals would he score this season in the league?
23 goals. 23 goals.
goals. Okay, thank you. All right, guys. So before we round off, let's just look at the Champions League, which happened this week. Now, 2 talking points that I want to address. The first talking point is PSG and Neymar and what he did against Red Star Belgrade. And again, for the Red Star Belgrade people that thought I was insulting you or your country in my post-match when I called for you guys to forfeit the tournament and to absolve your club, I am sorry. I apologize. So we're going to talk about that. And we're talking about Messi as well. Messi being called the GOAT because he played well against Tottenham Hotspur, a team who are 5 times European champions. So let's first deal with PSG. Now, how much credit or praise does Neymar deserve for his performance against Red Star Belgrade?
I mean, none. You already said it. Look at the team he's playing against. Red Star Belgrade. What kind of name is that?
If it was the 1980s, maybe we'll care. But now, Red Star Belgrade, they barely have enough money to pay the players.
Look, he can only be judged in the big games in the Champions League, as far as I'm concerned. So
Exactly.
So he and against Liverpool he flopped. Against Madrid, the dude flopped. So, and the World Cup, you know what he did? He kept flopping. So.
And this is the stat pattern. He's gonna stat pad in these tiny
Yeah, but I
games.
think Neymar is stat padding, guys, because this man is scoring at least hat tricks, like two goals. He's going to end up with over 60 goals if he doesn't get injured. I'm telling you, like he's scoring a lot of goals.
What's the problem? You can only face what's in front of you.
Yeah,
That's true. I mean, look.
But he went to
Okay. Let me bring in Totos here. So, Totos, do you feel how much credit or praise should Neymar receive for his amazing performance still, but against Red Star Belgrade?
Now, see, first of all, let's show some respect to Red Star Belgrade. This is a team that has history, that has more history than a lot of other clubs in the top 5.
Communist history.
True.
Yeah.
In a sense, they won the European Cup in '91. They produced one of the greatest players of the '90s in Savicevic, also a Milan legend. So let's put some respect on Red Star Belgrade's name, first of all. Now, on to the king of Paris, the man from Sao Paulo, from the streets, Neymar Jr. What can I say? Like, this man is the best player on the planet. Like, the playmaking.
So Tosi, we're putting Neymar above Messi currently.
Messi is the greatest player I've ever seen. Messi's the greatest player I've ever seen, so I'm not going to go that far. But of all performing players in the top 5 leagues right now, Neymar is the best playmaker on the planet.
Oh my!
And he's not even near 100% yet. He's still recovering from his metatarsal injury. Like, look, guys. Yo, Pini. Wait, guys. Let me just give you all some insights. So, Pini Zahavi, who is this famous Israel He's an Israeli like intermediary that's been pretty much crucial in some of the biggest deals of the 21st century in football, like Roman Abramovich. He helped him acquire Chelsea, and he also helped negotiate Neymar to PSG, to our club. So Neymar, what they interviewed him recently, and he said that Neymar and Tuchel, like the camaraderie and just the energy all around the park in general, it's different to years past. This isn't like the possession-based football system that you saw under Blanc or the fucking toxic atmosphere from Emery every week where he was just putting out an 11 where it looked like, oh, he's just coaching for his job this week. Every week it just looked like this man was coaching for his job. And there was just a tense atmosphere, you know, within the city, within the French capital. So but now with Tuchel, there's so much positivity. Everyone's gravitating towards him, and I just have to say, man, Tuchel, he brought that dose of informality that was needed at the club.
Okay, Tosin, hold hands and say
and I'm telling you guys, we haven't peaked yet. We have not peaked yet.
So wait.
Awesome. When will you?
When we do, it's scary. It's gonna be scary.
Easy. Before I give this the rest of the floor, do you believe Tuchel is the right man to make PSG win the Champions League or to get to at least the semi-finals?
Tuchel has been. I knew Tuchel was the man from the moment we signed him. Like,
what did you guys think together?
Seriously,
what has he won so far, Tosin?
Have you not seen what this man has done?
Actually,
look at what he did with the Dortmund. Look at what he did with Dortmund.
Because Kadim definitely has is our German inside man. So Kadim, based on what you know about Tuchel from his time in Germany, do you feel that he has the management skill, the personality to take the PSG very particular situation and to be successful with them in the Champions League?
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's a good coach, really great tactician. Like what is success in Champions League? It depends always. Whether I believe PSG is able to achieve the trophy, I have my doubts. Because I think Tuchel still needs this season and a transfer window to really shape this team into his according to his ideas. Because after all, I think he didn't get any player signed. Did he?
Actually, technically, well, he has gotten some of the players he wanted. Choupo-Moting.
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
Oh yeah,
as like a last resort. As a last resort, but yeah, he got him. Then he got Bernardo.
Didn't he want Felipe Luis? Didn't he want
and
Luis?
Lassana Diarra as well. Don't forget that one.
No, Lassana Diarra was signed in the winter.
This is my issue with Tuchel and PSG. See, we all know what PSG is about. Let's stop beating around the bush. PSG is not like any other club. It is a club that really is built in the image of Neymar. It is a brand, and El Clafi and people know that this is a brand. Neymar is a brand. We are in conjunction with obviously Michael Jordan, and we really focus also on marketing. And obviously we still want to win on the pitch, but really Neymar is the face of this club because Neymar is not only famous on the pitch, he's famous off the pitch as well. So any manager who comes in, you have to be very good friends with Neymar. You cannot at any point clash with our most prized asset.
Let me ask you this one question, Double H. How many Champions League knockout games at the park have we played with Neymar? How many? It's just a number.
1 or 2?
None.
Zero.
Yeah, but you've only been
You
in
guys-
one.
Wait.
Let's wait. Let's wait.
Wait
Let's
for
wait.
what?
No, let's just wait. Let him keep. Look, his performances since the Nice game, since the game away to Nice, he's literally changed the whole way he's played. Like he's playing now as a number 10, as a dynamic number 10. He's playing through the middle. Today, like our football was just devastating. Neymar to Mbappe through the middle. You have the best playmaker in the world feeding the fastest attacker on the planet. Like that is dangerous. And our attacking transitions there's so much potential there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So how far will you go
Okay,
to?
wait. Easy. Let me bring in some other guys in here. So the question is this: how far do you think PSG can go in the Champions League with Tuchel? Mane.
I mean, they'll at least make
Semis.
quarterfinals. So that's their bar. If
I
they
could see
if
us
they can
getting
reach
semis.
so quarterfinals for me. That's it.
Look. Let me just say this. Let me talk about the rest. Let me just say this about the rest of Europe. Madrid looking stinky. Barca looking stinky. Juventus, they look like the most informed team in Europe right now. So it's not like right now. It's
Relax.
not
We
about
haven't even
peaking now.
peaked. We haven't even peaked. Peak,
Yeah,
yo.
I'm saying the same as well.
Relax, man.
We haven't peaked either. So there's still time.
Okay. So A1 PSG. How far do you think they can get in the Champions League under Tuchel?
Though it is, I think, because Tuchel didn't get the players he wanted, I think the quarterfinals. But if they make semi-finals, I won't be surprised.
No. You know what? Nah, sorry, man. I'm not having that excuse.
Oh, no,
If I have Neymar, Mbappe, Cavani, Verratti, Thiago Silva in my team, sorry, man. Quarters ain't good enough. Quarterfinals is not good enough.
But Double H, you can't just assume
Can't
that
just-
like a bunch of superstars is making a good team.
Yeah.
No, but the
It's
players,
more
but like
to it.
there was an interview with Di Maria, and he feels that this is the year in the Champions League. That's
Nah,
because
no
that's
one says that.
that
What do you
doesn't
expect him
mean.
to say?
Come
No,
Nah,
on.
this
I'm
isn't
just
it,
saying.
man.
No,
This year
you
isn't
don't
it
have to.
for us.
Y'all
I
don't
don't
have
think.
to. Y'all don't have to agree with that. All I'm just saying is that that's the positivity around the club.
But
Last
everyone
season, it
says that
wasn't
now.
like that. It wasn't like that.
Actually,
It
okay,
really wasn't.
wait. Let's just I want to because we're nearing near the hour now. I want to just cover other things in the Champions League first. So, Messi, Tottenham. How good was his performance against Tottenham? Let's just be real. How good was his performance?
It was nowhere near one of his best all time ones. It was really overrated, but he was amazing.
Oh
but
my
it was not
goodness.
one of his best.
Because
That's not saying much because it's Messi. I mean, we have to do it in context of what we've seen this year, and it's one of the best performances we've seen so far this season.
Yeah, plus
for,
it's a
for
weird
any,
time.
for any casual that hasn't seen Messi outside of watching the Premier League solely, like
Yeah, that's amazing.
then you're gonna be like, oh, that's amazing. But if you've watched Messi
On a
for
regular
going
basis.
on more than a decade, like, come on, what it?
I'm not sure who you're referring to by casual, but from what I've just said of what we've seen this season, it was an amazing performance, and there hasn't been many we've seen better since the turn of September.
No. But my issue is that I don't get how you watch the performance and be like, man, he's the goat, and he's trending and everything. Like,
But we're not basing it off
Obviously,
that,
it's not
man.
based off
Come
of that
on,
performance.
man.
They're just going to use that as a platform to regurgitate a form, something that people have been talking about. People have been
okay,
calling
cool.
the GOAT for the last
You know
5
what's
years.
cool? Basically, I'm looking forward to the double header of Inter and Barcelona because they're both on 6 points, and I want to see whether Messi shakes Icardi's hand based on Icardi stealing Maxi Lopez's wife. Let's talk easy, guys. Relax, man. Let's talk. So I want to talk about.
That's a good point.
I want to bring in Man City now. As we said previously in the program, like City, I believe are one of the favorites for the Champions League because
No way. I told you.
We're better than you, Tosin. Remember that.
let me. Can I land? Can I land? Thank you. City are one of the favorites for the Champions League title. Yes, they still to be against Lyon, but I think that when you look at this team and what they can do, I believe that. Because for me, I really believe that, especially watching the game today as well, City against Liverpool, Pep just has issues and problems with Liverpool. No, with Klopp. I think Klopp really tactically is a bad matchup for Pep and his psychology. So if you put Liverpool away out of the equation, I think City can beat any team in the Champions League.
Based on what?
David Silva, Sergio Aguero,
Because these players are not elite.
Bernardo Silva, Laporte. These players
you mentioned are
Kevin.
nowhere. These players
Kevin.
you mentioned never make the Champions League semis on a regular basis, and they're not elite.
On a regular, how many teams make it on a regular basis? Like 2?
Madrid, Barca, Bayern. These are
Madrid?
elite teams.
Hey, Barca.
Yeah, I mean not recently, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not sure about that whole Barca thing, man. Juju man, Your thoughts on Man City? Are they the favorites in this Champions League?
I was happy with Pep today because I mean with the Champions League, I mean I'm not I'm going I mean I'm with low expectations, but I'm not going to throw it out of the window. I mean we can still win it, but low expectations.
Stop, pause. This is what I was afraid of. So, Jujuman, did I just hear you say we?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why are you laughing? I didn't hear.
We is Man City. He's a Man City fan. If you didn't know, he changed. Of
Last
course,
year
he changed
it was
teams.
Bayern, I think.
Yeah, it was Bayern.
Yeah.
It was Bayern.
Oh, no, it's City. It's City. Because look, we've improved. Because that game against we weren't even. I mean, first of all, Edison. I mean, he has the nuts. Like this guy passes. He's really good at passing from the back. I don't know how he's composed and just passes like in front of his own goal with Liverpool's players running at him. And the good thing is it wasn't like a 4-3 game. Like it was a good game. Should have won if Mahrez hits the target. And I mean, we actually improved because I mean it's all right, but we're more stable. The team is stable. I mean, Pep, I think, has tactically improved.
Okay, Jujuman. So how well do you think Man City can do in the Champions League? Do you think they can win it this season?
I mean, the only team don't want to face is I mean, I would say who this
Speak!
No, I think I'm thinking semis, at least semis.
All right. I don't even know what bloody is saying now. Okay.
Semis.
Let's look at Juventus, who are
The best team in the
currently
world, man.
unbeaten right now.
Not just unbeaten, every game straight dog.
Okay, but very briefly, because I've been told that I shouldn't touch upon this a bit more, but I just want to just throw this out there before we talk about Juventus. I felt that Juve's statements about the alleged Cristiano rape claims, I thought that was wrong.
Look, man, he's innocent, man. Let's move on.
Yeah,
And,
it was
just a side comment.
It was a PR move, but I just want to say that don't indict a man off allegations, y'all.
Oh yeah, but wait, the other thing we have to say is EA
everybody
have returned.
easy. I'm going to say, I've always said this: innocent till proven guilty.
Nah, he's innocent
That
now.
should always stand.
All the evidence are gone now. He's
That
back.
doesn't exist these days.
Yeah, all the evidence is gone. He's
No.
back in the FIFA cover.
FG, this is how it works. I don't care whether he's your idol or not. Innocent till proven guilty, but let the investigations go through. So Juve's statements should have been in line with everybody is innocent till proven guilty, but we will await the investigation. So until the investigations are fully gone through, then we will defend it. Easy. No, FG, relax. You cannot release a statement saying whatever happened 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. He's still a great professional. That's a bullshit statement to me.
They're paying this man $30 million a year. They gotta support him. They gotta support him no matter what.
I don't care.
Maybe they made their own.
Let's get back to football. Let's get back to it.
Okay, no, good. Yeah, no, let's do it. Okay, so let's look at Juventus right now. They've won
10 games in a row.
They're unbeaten right. They're unbeaten right now. So how do you think this could be? Do you think Juventus can make it happen this season and win the Champions League this season?
This is what I'll say. I'll give you guys some facts. Every time Juventus are in the same group with United, they always make the final. This season, we're winning everything. We're winning the Champions League. There's no doubt about it. This is the perfect year. Look at Madrid, Barca, Bayern. They're all weakened. The only team I'm worried about is probably PSG because of Neymar and Mbappe, but that's it. Everyone else is weakened. This is the perfect opportunity to win.
So does everyone else agree? Do you think this is Juve's year, even if they have flopped numerous times before?
Look, we're winning
I've watched the Juventus game and they look way stronger. Like you think the Ronaldo. I didn't think the impact Ronaldo would have would be huge, but they looked way stronger going forward because it's not every time I watch Juventus. It's not that if are they going to score is who's going to score today and how many are they going to score. That's the question every time you watch Juventus, and they're well disciplined. Like their back is already strong, so it's just like who's going to score, because it's like the defenders have everything covered, and the midfielders like now the problem is let's score. That's the problem with Juventus. Let's now score.
Okay, so no, because for me, I mean, when I look at Juventus, they have everything there to win. You know, as in the defense, the midfield, the attack, the structure. But I do feel that, like Real Madrid, let's put them out of the equation. I think it is not happening for them. You can't. Messi is too much of a player to
No,
sleep
he's
on.
not, man. He's not. He's a nothing player in knockout stage these days. The dude is human these days in a knockout stage.
Okay, FG, thanks for your input. Messi is a problem and
Well,
will
I'm just
always
stating
be
facts.
a problem. So as long as he's there, for me, when Messi decides to go for something, he can hurt you, he can damage you. Man
Dude,
City, as for me, I just feel like for Guardiola and that team, as long as they avoid Liverpool, you can't sleep on them. And let's talk about PSG. Like PSG, see, Tosi, I'm sorry, but PSG do not deserve to be put in as favorites. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
We don't need that. That's fine. That's fine. We don't care about labels. Who cares about labels? It's all about what happens. So.
No, it's true.
What happens
you
is
have to end your strife. But I look at that PSG team and I look at the talent. I'm like, I'm sorry, this should be a team that should win this Champions League.
For example, like guys, I'm seeing people hype up like Manchester City, for example. This is a team with Fernandinho at the base of their midfield. I'm sorry, like
you have Di Maria.
Tosi, you're right. You're right, Tosi, but Pep Guardiola. That's the issue.
Pep Guardiola. Sorry, Pep Guardiola. Wait. Pep Guardiola's away record in the Champions League is atrocious.
He's the worst.
It's awful. Like y'all can do the Googles yourself.
But you see,
but
but you see, Justin, he's improved like away. Like today, like he's becoming more. He's taking less risk away because like look
Juju
at today.
Mahrez.
What do you mean? It's never
on Neptune. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
Guardiola actually, in terms of that, he never actually sets to take risks in away games, because in away matches, what he just wants to do is slow the game down and just keep possession. And then sooner or later, like 50 minutes into the game, his team gets caught somewhere in the second phase of the pitch, and then they concede a goal. Like that's just what happens to these Pep Guardiola teams. Like
I agree with
but Tosin, he won. I mean, he won,
but
he won. He won against Hoffenheim away. That's a tough ground. I mean, it's not easy. But and
that's the thing.
Won today. I mean,
in a sense, they were and that came off an individual error. Like,
I agree with what
their saving grace. That was their saving grace in that game. Like they're not. Wait. Let me just say this last thing.
Yeah, I agree with what Have Hope said. PSG really don't deserve this respect people are giving them. They have Mbappe and Neymar. The rest of the team is basically Man United level. From the defense to the midfield.
Don't soil my name in vain. When you say I'm right, use my name well.
Okay, let me finish it.
Wrong statement.
Verratti is one of the best midfielders in the world. I would argue
in 2014 he was not.
He's the best midfielder on the planet right now.
No, he isn't. Somebody that plays part time is not the best midfielder. He plays every other game for stretches in a year. He has. When has he had a full season? When has he had a full season?
No. But guys, this is all hearsay. At the end of the day, the issue with pitch that they have to execute, and I don't care what times you have to execute. And for me, let's say if PSG face Man City in a semi-final over 2 legs, I put City as favorites. And most people
Exactly.
Like, PSG against
not smart at all. Okay.
No. PSG against City, against City, against Barcelona, against Juventus. They're the underdogs over 2 legs.
I'll give you the Spanish teams. I'll give you Juventus.
Real Madrid.
The only English team that you can fear in Europe is because Klopp's style is so it just meshes well with
we almost beat them. That's why
Liverpool. who cares if you almost beat them? That's just one.
Toasted,
That's one
man.
game. Like last season, they ran through y'all in the Champions
But
League.
it doesn't
That's
matter.
Toasted,
it.
Though.
man. First of
Like
all, 2 years
Liverpool
ago,
are the most accustomed to European football. That's the only British team that I fear. The other teams, like
You're forgetting
No,
PSG has never made a semi-final in
One at a
history.
time. I'll go to Mane and then A1. One at a time. Mane. Last
PSG has
thoughts. Mane.
PSG has never made a semi-final in history, and they're not nowhere near any of the other English teams. So I don't know if this is because they have Neymar.
What is that?
Wait, he never said they were elite. He said he's only feared for one team.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Okay. A1. Last thoughts. Champions League.
Yeah, if it feels anything out of City and PSG, I'll pick City, especially this season because they seem like more like a settled team. Also, you've got Pep, he's got
Wait,
experience.
have you watched this, bro? Like, keep it a buck. Like, just keep it a buck. Like, if you haven't watched, just because, like, look,
Who
if
did he play against?
people need to know what they're talking about. Like,
Come on, man.
I'm serious. Like, if you're gonna talk about,
it's the teams you play against. It doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much. This isn't those league teams.
if not,
Wait, guys,
just
chill.
say you don't know. Just say you don't know.
A1, finish your point. Let people finish their points.
Yeah, I have watched it. I have watched the team, and I can name your 11. I'm telling you, your 11 against Man City's 11 is not matching up. You got Marquinhos in midfield. Sorry, that's not working. He's getting caught out. Got Bernat at left back. You can't expect to be
Laporte at left back. Laporte left back. That's good.
Well,
Like,
he's a
It's Mendy. It's
Like
Mendy.
It's Mendy.
okay. Mendy, you mean Di Maria that used to literally embarrass Mendy in all the Coupe de la Ligue games? Like, what are you talking about? From 16, 17? Like, he used to embarrass Mendy. PSG Monaco games. Mendy used to get torn apart against PSG every matchup. Y'all bringing up Mendy?
It's a new season. It's
Well,
a new
it's
season.
Di Maria is a center midfielder.
Wait.
It's not funny, man. I'm just being real.
Closing thought. One closing thought about. I think the game everyone should watch is Juventus Man United because people say Barcelona today. No. I'll explain. Look, because people say it about the Barcelona. I'm not sure if they won against Valencia today, but when Juventus played Valencia, it looked like Juventus could score 7. And before Cristiano was sent off, it looks like that game would have ended 7. So I'm not sure if the other opponents are weak or Juventus are too strong. That's why it's like
we're too strong.
If they beat Man United real bad, then everyone should be worried about Juventus.
Look, I'll
Mourinho will be them. Mourinho
Because
will
it's
do it.
like I'm not sure if this team is too strong or the
No.
opponents are weak.
I think for me, look, guys, it's very early in the season. Juventus are not going to win every single game this season. That's not going to happen.
But it doesn't look like
they will come and they will have a slump. So I think it is. You do not be reactionary. Don't be reactionary.
No, Double H. But
Juventus
I think
in
I've
terms
watched.
of
I've
in terms of
watched. Sorry,
mentality.
Guys, one at a time. Okay, Jujima.
Yeah, but I've watched. I think I've watched all of Juventus's games so far, and it's not. They're not even trying. They're just winning. They're not even trying that hard. It's like I'm not sure they're going to stop winning anytime soon. By the way it looks, it's like these guys are just winning, and it's like they're not struggling.
Things change.
Look.
Look. Let's be real.
Juventus
are not going to
why
win
can't
every
you say the
single
same
game.
about
Okay,
PSG?
Tosi, speak.
Okay, he was just saying they're just winning, like they're not struggling. Like that's not a
No.
good
Look,
It's a
I
worse
haven't
league,
watched
Tosin,
PSG.
that's
but
why.
I haven't watched PSG, but I've watched Juventus. And
No.
It's too easy.
Back
like
to
they're
Juventus.
playing
same
No, back to Juventus though.
Yeah, but it's like they're playing in a second division league. Like all the games are too easy. It's like, can anyone challenge these guys? Like they Liverpool drew with Napoli, and Juventus just beat them like 3-0 as if it was nothing.
But there are a couple of things with the whole Juventus thing. First of all, they've won the Serie A like 7 times in a row. So them winning all the games in Serie A means 0 to me.
Secondly, you're wrong. You know why?
Let me finish. Secondly, they've not really faced anyone yet of note in the Champions League.
We just beat the team that beat
they still
Liverpool.
Man, let me get finished. And they still won because United are trash. So my thing about events is that they are always a big team. They will always be favorites because they are one of the most well-run clubs out there. But let's Juventus face a Man City.
Wait.
Let
Bro,
them
we
face
would
a
slap
PSG.
Man
Sorry,
City.
no,
let's
Wait.
Double H. You're really overrating Man City.
Yeah,
Like,
man, you were
it's
really-
Listen, man, sit
it's
down.
going
Wait,
on
and
another
wait.
level.
Sit down,
Another
Tofu.
thing is you forgot like they beat Valencia with 10 men. I mean,
Away from home.
Wait. Double H. Double H.
Who are
What thing?
Valencia? Who are they?
No,
Who are they?
but Barcelona, did Barcelona concede or
But see, gentlemen, you
But
made
this
a
guy's-
you made a very obvious mistake. This obvious mistake people makes matchups. So
okay,
Yeah, I agree.
matchup?
But let me just
There
say
are
this.
teams that match up very basically. Juventus, I believe, don't match up great against a Man City because of how
What?
quick the City
I'm not
guys
sure.
are.
We would slap Man City easily.
I'm not sure because like with Ronaldo, it throws
Look,
everything
mentally, we're the
Look.
strongest team in the world.
Double H. Like if you come with a John Stones Otamendi backline for Mandzukic and Ronaldo, seasoned veterans, like that's barbecue
And
chicken.
Costa.
Like, all
And
day.
Costa.
I'm just keeping it.
It's like this team.
Look, man, guys.
Dybala
Let's
also.
see when it happens. But all I'm saying is that look, man, Juventus are favorites. I say City are favorites. Barcelona are favorites, and Lopetegui might get sacked. All right,
Wait,
guys.
and
peace out.